an ever-evolving digital landscape, for your business to thrive, you must adapt or die. Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the podcast helping you harness the power of AI and marketing tools to revitalize and grow your business. And now here's your host, marketing expert and author of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI, Emmanuel Rose.
Welcome to this episode of Marketing in the Age of AI. Today we're going to be talking about email marketing, AI, state of marketing, state of email marketing, and we'll see what else Michael's got for us. My guest is Michael Cofone, and he has spent a career focused on scaling early stage startups and mid-sized organizations. And his expertise lies in advanced lead generation and marketing strategies that leverage technology to automate processes. One of my favorite topics. Michael, thanks for taking some time to talk to me today.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Where in the world are you?
I'm in Austin, Texas. So, right in the heart of all things AI.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Austin, I'm sure. Let's see. So tell me about what you guys are into right now and what we can expect out of your crew over at Sherlock.
So right now I run the largest software company that sells no software. So that's our intro. So
wow. That's kind of like it's like a cone of some sort.
Yeah, it's a fun way to introduce what we're doing, which is we started as a SaaS company for sales and marketing teams to basically send personalized outreach to their prospects.
Okay.
A problem that I think there are quite a few teams working on and solving for and investigating. And where this led us was, we were pretty early. We were one of the first companies really to work on this problem. Through that, we've had a few trademark infringements and our name has changed a few times. So we're right now going through a rebrand to Everything to Gain. That's our new name.
So all right, like that.
We're
breaking news here.
We're breaking news.
Marketing the Age of AI.
We've got some cool. I got a lot of cool things coming.
Okay.
It's been a few years working heavily on a software product that, help people send the personalized outreach. And through that, because we were first, we had a lot of large companies talk to us, and I got to meet with a lot of really interesting people. And some of our clients today are still the same who worked with us on the software side and now work with us on what we're doing now, which is we've really built out the framework of the go-to-market strategies for companies with humans in the loop. So when I say we're the largest software company that sells no software, we're really focused on outcomes. And that's the biggest difference between us and any other company that plays in this space. So all of our clients, they have distinct needs, wants, and desires, and oftentimes fears of AI.
Yep. And
it's our job to help them navigate those challenges, whether that's building software for them internally, deploying some small tools that we've built and deploy, but largely it's utilizing services. So our team is expert in sales and marketing and software development and AI. And so you put those two things together, there's a very small subset of engineers who understand these problem statements. So we've built a very scalable model. We're a 7-figure plus ARR company. And, the brands we work with include Grok. So they're one of the largest hardware developers, in the world, in the world of AI. So we worked with them and helped them raise their $640 million round, which we're really proud of. So their entire infrastructure there on the back end was our handiwork. So we did a lot of work there with them and a number of other really cool companies. So that's kind of like our high level, and we can dive in anywhere you think we should go.
All right. Well, so, just to bring go-to-market strategies into something functional, like let's say I've developed a process map for developing a marketing campaign. And I know what each individual step is. I have prompts for each individual steps. And I bring that to you. So what is Everything to Gain do from that spot?
you would be our ideal customer. We've had actually a few who've come to us and said, "Hey, we have a map. Can you bring this to reality?"
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of our work easy, because oftentimes what we deal with is the educational portion of a project and talking about what is possible and really expanding people's view of where AI can go. A lot of the use cases that we run into are relatively rudimentary. They involve some degree of prompting and implementation, but perhaps the full extent of what these platforms and services can handle have not been fully explored. So when someone comes to us that I have a really crystal clear idea of where I want to go, we can build that, we can work through that. And there's still a degree of, we take a shape up model to the direction of projects. So we're looking at, well, where can we make tweaks and edits and improvements on what's already there? So we've done that with a few clients, one being a large M&A firm whose name I can't share, but we've built our entire deal flow and matching flow using AI. So we're matching companies that come in to their perspective, hey, we might want to sell, and their buyers who say, hey, I might want to buy, and they match them together and make deals happen in between. So all the way from sourcing deals, sourcing investors, matching them together, making the match happen, and making the deal happen. It's largely done with AI. The firm is 5 people in size, and you would not know that if you visited their site. You would think that they're significantly larger. So that was really cool, because they had a really clear idea of where to go with that, and they've actually productized this. So they work with other firms now too, and so they're selling this as a service. So that's pretty fun.
Well, yeah, it's an ideal space to develop something. Something you said earlier, it sounded like some of the projects that have been brought to you maybe could be just solved with some very basic connectors, Zap, Make, N8N, something that's already exists in the marketplace versus having to create its own software for. Is that what I'm hearing?
There are so many great tools. We love N8N. I think that's a pretty common option now. It's a developer-friendly tool, so we're there often. We use Make on occasion. Zapier is, at this point, relatively obsolete. I don't think we've touched that in a very long time. Not that we don't like the tool. I think it's great for people getting involved in the world of automation. Just the degree of complexity for our projects tend to go beyond that. And even at a certain point, we start to move away from the tools that orchestrate automation in the back end. So one of our really large projects is with the Better Business Bureau. So that's a fun one. And it's syncing data. And we have deployed a proprietary system that pulls data out of existing tools that have no APIs. So there's no way to plug into that data.
Sounds like the federal government.
It does sound like, we do. Yeah. So exactly. It sounds pretty spot on. There's a lot of government systems that are hard to tap into, but that's a great project for us to use AI to help with data and structuring data, right? You have millions of rows of data. You can't go through it by hand. You also can't tap into it with an API. So you have to pull it out, organize it, structure it, and then use it to communicate to other tools. So we basically built their API to systems that have no API. So that was
awesome. Yeah.
So it's like degrees of complexity, and it really depends on what goals and what outcomes someone's looking for.
Sure, that makes sense. So you had a certain customer base with a certain ARR. Now you've shifted your focus. So then, talk to me about what kind of marketing you're doing to bring in these projects for everything to gain.
So in the last 2 days, we had something like 20 inquiries from people looking to work with us. So that's like a pretty typical, week. I think today's Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, by Wednesday, we had 20 inquiries for people to work with us. So obviously we're putting our own, we're deploying our own secret sauce, right? We practice what we preach. And there's different degrees of ways that we work with clients. So when they come in and we have conversations, what we're doing is we start off with 40 hours of work for $200, which is completely unheard of. But the way that we're able to do that is the way we've structured our business. And this is where we're a software company. So behind the scenes, we have so much AI, so much automation that really everyone on our team is so highly effective and efficient. We can run 40 hours of work with no overhead, like relatively no overhead, very little interaction from myself or other account directors. We have account directors on the team, kind of direct developers, and then junior developers. And so when someone comes in, there's a lot of services offerings in the market. There's so many companies that claim to understand these topics who don't.
Sure.
There's a lot of companies who really do understand these topics, but they're expensive. So how do you come to a decision on how to set up your go-to-market with artificial intelligence? Well, we've de-risked that by saying, look, we're so efficient. We can start off with a $200 agreement. We know that you're willing to pay. You know that we can do work. If you don't like us, you can walk away. Pretty rare. Happens on occasion. It's impossible to have 100% customer,
Sure.
retention.
Retention.
No churn. Yeah, retention. So that's the way that we engage with customers. And it's a really good way to showcase
you're
our
building
stuff.
an MVP for $200. I mean, or some version of an MVP for $200.
It's an MVP with a person. That's the difference is,
Right.
We've made services scalable. We've solved a problem that's been basically unsolvable forever.
Yep.
If you go to a large firm, they've got so much overhead, their hourly rate's $1,000 an hour.
Right.
No one wants to pay that.
Yep.
And then you're stuck with going through Upwork, hoping you pick the right contractor.
Yeah.
You probably didn't. You probably missed. And so now where do you go? And so we've solved this scalability problem by using artificial intelligence. And that's our big breakthrough.
Yeah, that's cool. So if I bring you my my Lovable file, you guys can look at that, and then we can develop the next layer of MVP from what Lovable created.
Exactly. So we build full-fledged we've built entire apps that people have gone to market with in the 40 hours that they paid $200 for. So entire login, the whole thing, forgot password, into the app, functional app, product you can actually sell for $200, which is crazy. And you can do that with AI. So I think the world of digital sales has changed so dramatically since we started out on this quest. We thought it would be really cool to send an email that talks to your prospect and makes it feel personal. Yeah. And now we're so far beyond that. It's like, okay, well, that's an easy problem. We're trying to solve these really more complicated issues. But
all right, well, sign me up. I have a couple of client projects, and I have my own project. So ready.
Absolutely.
So that's cool. Just talk to me a little bit more about without naming names or specific details, just like some of the other projects that you're looking at right now.
Yeah, we have a few. I'll talk about one that we like because it fits the theme of our conversation, which is a machine learning for content creators, specifically on YouTube. So one of our clients is building an application that helps large content creators on YouTube decide where to place ad breaks. So I never knew this existed, but actually in the YouTube platform, you can suggest to YouTube ads should go here, 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 and here beyond what they recommend. So they recommend to you kind of just an out of the box, here are the ones you can choose.
Yep.
And this, the client we're working with has identified that actually you can improve your viewership and the revenue you make by serving more ads in more optimal places on your videos. Okay. We're building the machine learning model to decide where those should go, as well as the front end and back end of the application that will basically interface with users so that they can go in, see analytics, and make those decisions in real time for all their videos in the library. And if you're making $1 million a month on YouTube, a 2%, 3% shift month over month throughout the year is a very big impact. So that's a really fun project because it darts into this land of machine learning, which is similar to AI, but a little different.
I love it. And then, obviously, no, you're not going to make a living on $200 projects. So what does the revenue model look like going forward for Everything to Gain?
So what happens is that you come in, you learn that, this is a real company. They're really good. I want to work with these guys more. And so within that 40-hour scope, not only are we doing work, but you're also getting to know us as a team, and we're getting to know you as a client. So now we have a vested interest in one another to make a long-term partnership work. So typically, we're catching people before they choose a sales firm, a marketing firm, and even the tech stack that they're going to deploy. So we're before all the decision-making happens, and we're in early. So then they decide, okay, I do want to work with this team. I want to use the tools they recommend. We'll go ahead and architect, all the go-to-market pieces, all the components to fit your budgets. Some budgets are different than others. And then we go ahead and say, how long do we want this to take? Basically, how much do you want to spend per month? If you want to spend $1 million a month, we can do so much with $1 million a month, build you 10 products and we'll send them all to market. And that's great. Not very typical, but they'll say, okay, our budget dictates we can spend $10,000 a month. All right, wonderful. Well, let's go and now see how many hours we want to dedicate to different items.
Sure.
And basically we come up with an hourly bucket and a fixed rate. So we're saying, okay, for $10,000, we're going to do this many hours of work. Or, maybe in that we're going to run this much ads. We'll run ads for you. We'll manage campaigns for you. We have kind of two teams, your sales and marketing campaign managers, and then the software development management, kind of tie those together. And then we go ahead and move forward with a larger scope. And we basically become your marketing firm that's powered by AI and a development team. So every role on our team is someone who has a software background. They can code. Our recruiter, full stack developer, can code. Right. It's like roles that just like typically make no sense to have someone programming.
Yeah.
But we automate so much of the business. It's how we keep our price low. And people love that. It's like fun. And, we help a lot of our clients with their recruiting. So that's a whole new thing. It's like, sales and marketing, the same concepts apply to getting the best talent to your team.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I love it. Super innovative idea. A really nice way to trial and draw people in, and then upsell, cross-sell, and institutionalize. So I would expect that you guys are going to do very well and be very profitable over the course of the next foreseeable future.
We're doing pretty well. I can't complain. It definitely this email marketing software has turned into something I never thought it would, and super happy where we are. The profit margin on what we're doing is significantly higher than our software competitor counterparts. So that's a very interesting just financial background on us as a business. We're a very profitable company, which is really cool at an early stage. We only raised pre-seed and a little angel, but basically raised no money and brought this pretty far.
Yeah, and you're leveraging the technology that you're selling. So that's the best proof that you have.
Exactly. That's a whole lot of fun.
Well, that's cool, Michael. I really appreciate your time and breaking all that down for me. So how do people get in touch with you or track you down online?
Everythingtogain.com. And that's the one. We'll have probably, I don't know when you launch the shows, but I think our new website will be live and it'll look really good. We've put a lot of time into it. We have a great partner helping us with all the design work. So we're thrilled. We have a little placeholder now, but excited to talk to anyone who wants to meet with us, whether that turns into a project or not. Doors always open. And anyone who meets with us meets with myself or my co-founder, Willem. We get on just about every single call that comes in. We'll find a way to get there and talk to you and have a conversation. All
right. Well, Michael Cofone, I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you have a great day in Austin.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll stay in touch and talk to you soon.
Sounds
Thanks.
good.
Bye.
Yeah. So a super innovative idea and a great application of creating a trial offer that allows people to get familiar with the company and then build into an upsell, cross-sell, and an institutionalized relationship. So some great takeaways in terms of marketing from that. Plus, if you have the next great idea for your industry about an AI tool, be good to reach out to Michael at Everything to Gain and run it by him and see if it's something worthy of investing your time, energy, and money into. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope that you take some time to track down some joint venture partners through Bordy AI, or that you go to There's an AI for That and find some AI tools that you can implement into your business and free up some of your time so that you can spend it with your friends, your family, and get outside and take a walk in nature. This is Emmanuel Rose, Marketing in the Age of AI podcast, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emmanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.